Good morning and welcome to Bespoke Bait Towers. So in this video we are going to look at converting a Carp Porter trolley cum barrow, and what we're going to convert it to, we are going to convert it to a powered barrow. We are going to add batteries and an electric motor onto the main wheel and hopefully take some pressure off my dodgy ankle. So let's see how we do it. Okay, so what we need to do, we're going to replace this unit with the electric one. So basically I bought some steel and actually bought these brackets, easily made though. So I'm just going to weld them on. So I've come to my mate's garage. You could easily bolt them on because these brackets do come with 2 bolt holes, but unfortunately he didn't send me the right amount of bolts, so we're going to weld them up now. Alexa, stop. Right, so all finished welding. So what we've done is basically created 2 arms going there. Now the problem we've got is the original these stub bits here are welded on so badly at an angle, because I know my barrow, I actually bought 2 rear wheels for it and it used to go around in like a 10-metre circle. It was shocking, it was steering the whole time. So what I've done is I think we're just going to have to put them on. They're going to stay on, and obviously I'm lucky because I've got a van anyway, so basically they're in place. And yeah, so that'll just pull up, and like I say, they're not going to be removable like the old ones. Never mind, catch you in a bit. Right guys, that's all the parts painted. So that is for the thumb control. So just a green rattle can tin that I had in the local car shop. So I do have some black which I sort of did these bits with, so I'm going to camo it up a bit. So just on this plate here, this is just to protect the wire that comes out the axle. So it seemed quite a vulnerable thing, so just obviously when you're going through long grass and things like that, or you know, if you're in the trees and it's just a short little track, yeah, it just looked really vulnerable on its own. So I thought I'd weld this plate in, just to protect that wire that comes out of yeah, so this part here, so obviously that's gonna take some hammer. So yeah, so nearly there. Okay, let's have a look at what we need then. So basically you have to buy this powered hub assembly. So as you can see, it's got a wire coming out. So inside there is an electric motor, and when I purchased mine I requested a thumb control, because I believe that the kit that you get, obviously you buy it from China, so it's through AliExpress or Alibaba, and obviously you get like a thumb control with it. So I requested that, so lo and behold I had 2 in the box, but they were different, so I'm not sure what happened there. Now I was told by a guy I was chatting to who'd done his conversion already, that his controller was cutting out, was overheating, so since then he'd bought a bigger controller. So rather than mess about, I went ahead and bought the bigger controller, so hence I have this controller, which is not the standard one. You do get one with the kit. Now the wheels, or the hub assembly, comes in different sizes. So again, I was recommended to buy the 350 watt. So maybe that's the problem. So if you bought the 250 watt, obviously it comes with a controller. Ask for a thumb control and you should get the whole kit. Now we'll go into the cost of that. So basically it's only 75 quid, which is great. However, the postage is that again. So obviously you're getting it posted from China, and it's really heavy, so obviously because it's got an electric motor in, so you're talking 150 quid. So obviously I spent the extra 20 odd quid getting the extra controller. So also you need some batteries. So with the batteries you need a box to put them in, so hence I bought a box and two 12 volt batteries, because you have to link them together to make 48 volts. So the batteries run about 20 odd quid each, so you're talking 45-50 quid for those. I decided to put mine in a box, so obviously you've got to buy the box. So I went just to my local CE electrical factors. Unfortunately they're 30 quid, which looking back, I don't know if I could go down that route again, because obviously you could put it in a bag. You know, you could find your own plastic box. Technically it could go in a large pack lunch type box. So obviously these plastic boxes that you buy from an electrical sort of component dealer, they have to meet certain standards, so hence obviously why the expense of them. And the thing is, I probably knew somebody who worked there, and I could have get it, and could have asked him to get it as well. So a bit disappointed with that. Now with the hub assembly, you're also going to have to change the arms, unless you want to use your original arms. So you could use your original arms, but you're still going to need a bracket to take the hub assembly on the bottom. So you're going to need this little thing here. Now there is a guy on Facebook who makes them, and that's where I actually bought mine from. But when they come, as you can see, they're quite simple. Now he does drill them, so you could drill holes and bolt it on. However, I went down the route of welding them, so you're going to need two of these arms made. So now the steel is really cheap. I mean, a piece of steel like that, maybe £3. You can go to your local steel stockist, ask them to cut it. So that is actually inch square section, and it's 60 gauge. So that's the size you need to fit over the original Carporter stubby bits that the wheel assembly fits on. So apart from that, really, and I've spent a few quid, maybe 10-20 quid on electrical connectors and things like that. Obviously I had some stuff, and I've had to buy stuff, and then I actually bought some paint. I had some paint, had some black, but I had to buy some primer, and I had to buy a green just to tidy the whole thing up and just basically make it rust proof. So that is basically everything that you need. So I will try and put as many links in the description as possible, so have a look down there and you will be able to find it. I'll also put a link to a page on Facebook which is specialist, so there's loads of guys on there who've converted their barrows the same. Some guys have used old disability scooters, other guys have done it like this. Now my local lake, some of the banks are on a slope like that, so as you're going round, your trolley wants to tip over. So, and I've had that happen to me in the past, so hence I did buy some back wheels for mine, but I quickly got rid of them and just went back to the one wheel, and I've become pretty accomplished at manoeuvring it around. However, with a dodgy ankle, I just wanted a bit of assistance with the electric motor. Now weight, so obviously these batteries, they aren't the lightest thing in the world. So you do need 2 of those because I've got to run at 48 volts to give it some horsepower, as we say. So let's just have a little look at what they weigh. Yeah, so just over 4 kilos. So you're actually adding, I mean this box is going in my under barrow bag, so you're adding over 8 kilos of weight into there straight away. So that's like carrying 8 litres of water. So it just puts it in perspective. So if you are in a hurry and you know, I'm looking now thinking, well, to add that extra weight, obviously there's an extra weight in the hub as well. You haven't just got a little plastic wheel with an inflatable tyre around it. You've got this, again, I don't know if I can weigh it. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get a rough idea. Can't actually see. Yeah, so that weighs 5.4 kilos, so obviously you added a bit of weight there as well. So anyway, right, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to quickly run through how I did the electronics. The brushless controller with the wheel hub, and obviously the 2 batteries, and I'll just zoom in there. We have 1 thumb controller. So obviously to make it 24 volt, you've got to link the 2 batteries together, and we've added a fuse, very important, because obviously any problems. So there is a 30 amp fuse there. So after that it was pretty straightforward, because obviously you could see the heavy wires on the controller which took the main juice from the battery. So that's that one there. So, and then this lighter red wire, that is actually labelled up for an ignition, so that needs a live feed as well, hence why we've got 2 wires going in there. Now we go on to the connector with the for the thumb control. So again, I've added my own connector here, which is a waterproof connector, but again the wires matched up because this controller here is universal. So there is loads of redundant wires on there. So there's things like lights, indicators, there's reverse. Obviously if you're clever enough, maybe you could wire that up and you could rig yours up with the reverse, but and I'm sure some of the lads on that Facebook page that I spoke about, they have some of them have done that. And then also, if I move that out the way, obviously the wires that come back from the electric hub, they're fairly straightforward. As you can see, the ones on the wheel compared to the ones on the controller, you can see how it's expecting to take a lot more electricity power, because they're a lot heavier than what's actually coming off the wheel hub. So fairly straightforward. I don't admit to being an electronics expert, however it was fairly straightforward. Maybe one thing, however, I do want to still now do, because on the thumb controller, oops, I dropped that, there is a switch. So I do want to use that, and then these lights aren't working, but as that stands, I'll show you. If you look at the wheel, it is working. Stop that from winding up. Yeah, so that is it. That is all the parts of the electrics rigged up. So any questions, probably don't ask me. Obviously I can quote you on what I've done, but if you're doing it slightly different, you might want to speak to the guys on that Facebook page, Converting Your Barrow. They are really helpful. So yeah, right, so let's just have a look at the full assembly.